How did the big shows go?
Unreal. 2 of the best nights of my career. Crowd were amazing. Venue perfect. We Nando's. Unreal.
What's your plan for next year? Going bigger and better?
Next year I'm just going to relax with a big cup of tea.
Sippers get ready, when people get ready. Sippers get ready for tea with me.
Sippers, welcome to this very special public bonus episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd. Before we get into this episode, you know by now, patreon.com/Tea With Me podcast. The link for that's in the description. It's all going on over there. Bonus episodes, specials. We put pre-sale tickets there before anywhere else. That is where the SSE tickets go. SSE Arena, we're doing it in May. Is that right, first of all?
Yeah.
That's right. Is it the 24th?
Nope.
Okay, it's the 19th?
Nope.
All right, when is it?
23rd.
23rd of May. It is what night of the week's that, Dan?
Friday.
It's a Friday night. The best night for stand-up and live pods
It's Friday night.
is Friday. You
Friday.
haven't, because you haven't podded in a while. Remember, don't interrupt these bits.
Sorry.
Patreon.com/Tea With Me podcast. We're going to give a huge shout out to Manscaped as well, the number one in men's below the belt group. Oh yeah, he's been away, folks. He's been away doing sound effects. Chloe, test me, love. Bzz. B or Lawnmower 4.0. I'm not sure. Listen, you gotta make sure. A lot of guys are running about at the minute with the pants Santa, is what I call it. Santa's beard round your rear. I don't know what that means. I just know in winter a lot of people are keeping pubes, you know, and you need to release them. You need to make sure you're smooth, because you better believe that Santa's a Manscaped user, because there's no way if his chin's anything to go by, there's no way he's getting down that chimney if he keeps the same dick and ball policy. He doesn't. He glides around that thing with a lawnmower. He uses a Ciaran Pro, and you know, probably use a little bit of that beard oil as well. Go on manscaped.com, use the code Tea With Me for 20% off and free shipping. The link is in the description. If you want to come see me do shows in Ireland and some places in Europe, go to ShaneToddComedy.com. I'm just thinking of what we've released by now. ShaneToddComedy.com is where they all are. I've got an extra dairy show in the Millennium Forum. This is a special episode because...
Is that in Europe or is that here?
We have a special episode right now where we're talking about Chancers, the sketch show that we're just about to release this week and for the next few weeks on BBC, starring Shane Todd, Ciaran Bartlett, and a host of your favourite local comedy stars, made by Niall Fagan. It would feel weird me interviewing you for this.
Yeah.
If only we had a host of or an interviewer or a journalist with
Pamela Ballantyne
with
or
such.
something.
I'm thinking more international,
Stephen Nolan.
like a Louis Theroux type guy. Ladies and
Here
gentlemen,
he is.
please welcome this week's guest host of the Tea With Me podcast, Aaron Butler.
Dressed as Tiny Tim Cratchit.
This feels weird.
Zippers, welcome to a very special episode
Look
of
at
the Tea
us.
With
Oh,
Me
he's
podcast.
doing, he's doing really Ulster voice.
You join us here with 2 of the creators and stars
so
of
really Ulster,
brand
isn't
new
he?
BBC sketch
I'm
show,
Aaron Butler.
Chancers. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk to the guys right now and find out a little bit more about the show. Shane, Ciaran.
Can I tell you?
Good.
And this is maybe just because I'm watching a lot of Say Nothing at the minute. You look like an intellectual Republican right now.
Say everything, say more
I know.
about it.
I've always thought of Aaron as an academic
I'm
rap
kidding.
man.
Aaron's not intellectual.
I've only watched the first episode, I'd say nothing.
I've only watched one episode.
Yeah, are you
But I
going to
love
watch
it.
more?
Oh, definitely.
I'll say this, I haven't watched any of it because I don't believe that Disney can land what the Troubles was like. I don't think they can really do that.
No, I think
Disney.
I think they're pretty good at it.
Disney.
Yeah.
Do you remember the last Irish thing they made was called Darby O'Gill and the Little People?
Yeah.
Is that what
I don't
Rural
wanna
Ireland
spoil,
feels like?
I don't want to spoil episode 2 for you, but he's in it. Darby O'Gill's in it, and the
Darby
Little
O'Gill.
People. They're a new paramilitary running around town.
So guys, congratulations first off on the sketch show.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Can I tell you this, Aaron?
Yeah.
One of the actors in it is stranded. I just did a show in Amsterdam on Monday, Paris last night.
Travel chaos.
Travel chaos. I'm all right. I'm here on time. But
What's happening?
that little guy I was with, he's stuck across the water.
Why did he get stuck? And
It
you
also
didn't get
sounds like
stuck?
you're talking about your dick, but go ahead.
This is I knew I left something. I left it in one of those customs trays.
Who hasn't left their dick in Paris? You know what I mean?
It's a
I like
lovely
it.
wee romance movie. Yeah, My Dick in Paris.
So this is a blend of me and Willie fucking travel things up.
Right.
And what we've done is
You both love that though.
We've
But you
both-
always you always muddle through it.
Yeah.
I come off
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
But we have both. It's a little bit like McDonald's and Burger King creating a perfect burger together. We've taken what they do, what we do,
A McWhopper.
We've made a giant a McWhopper, exactly.
Oh, he's fucking.
I know I'm foaming at the dick here.
His-
So
Ours is leaking.
So we.
His
Oh,
arse
sorry, I'm not
is
used to being a
leaking.
guest. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. He's that wee
Um,
leaky hole, remember?
He was in Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Yeah,
Wee leaky hole.
that's the name of the bar.
It's one of the wee IRN foreman code names and sign off in episode 2.
So
Not to be confused with Squeaky Hole.
we do the Paris show. It's great. Last
Right.
night,
Yeah.
had a good time.
Last night,
Yeah,
you're a mad cunt. Go ahead.
we
Why are we doing this podcast today?
we stay because then we're away to Dubai tomorrow. So, Ciaran, this is the life we
Christ,
chose.
I'm getting a panic attack. thinking
Yeah.
about that.
You came to Hollywood today, and this is you've to book the
I
rest
know,
of the day
yeah, yeah.
after this.
Ciaran's gonna be jet lag going back up a Wesley. Setting his watch back to the right time.
Ken Moore is your Dubai.
So that's the intellectual Republican you look like. Ken Moore, that'll be your name. Ken Moore.
Ken Moore, guys. Yeah, here to
Um,
do the bit for the cause.
Right, so we do the Paris gig last night. It was great.
Yeah.
We'll do Amsterdam on Monday.
Yeah.
Guess who's on our flight?
Oh, you
Nolan.
told us,
Pamela
yes.
Valentine. Oh, right.
Nolan.
What
Nolan going to the dam?
What a star-studded flight.
Were you chatting to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Then we did the Amsterdam show. Me and Willie after go for a wee smoke in one of the coffee shops.
Excuse me.
But just respectable. We're in there for 45 minutes. We played Jack Change It. Had a bit of a giggle. And that's it. Back to hotel.
Yeah.
Then we flew to Paris. Did the Paris show. I booked a hotel right beside Gare du Nord, right, the main train station, because I'm like, that's smart, because the flights back, the only good flight back was like either 6 a.m. this morning or like late this evening. So I went, Willie, here's what we'll do. We'll stay beside Gare du Nord. We'll get the Eurostar through the Channel Tunnel and we'll go from Paris to London. It's like an hour 45 on the Eurostar and we'll fly from London.
Massive.
That's a bit of fun.
That is fun. Do you know what? I love trains. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was like, it's a bit of fun. We'll do that. We'll get-
Years from now, doctors will tell me it's an early sign of something. But go ahead.
Willie tells me he, at the start, he told me he was fine for every European date months ago.
He loves doing that.
then he went-
loves
Oh,
saying, I'm fine for that.
this is a Willie.
Do you know what I want to know though? Because whenever he tells me he's fine for a load of dates,
Yeah.
and then he isn't, it's because of you. So I want to know what he tells you.
He has his own tour, to be fair. So he went, oh mate, there's some of these I can't do. So I held off booking some of his travel. So what it transpired was I had booked like the 6:58 a.m. Eurostar. He was booked on like the 7:20. So
Right.
no real hassle. We're outside the train station anyway. When we got to the station, I was like, you're actually on the next train after me. I'll meet you at either
The
St
airport,
Pancras or
yeah.
we'll just meet at the airport. And he's like, yeah, it's fine. You know what, Will? He's like, easy going. He's like,
Remember
that's
when we
fine.
were at St Pancras, we saw Adebayo Akinfenwa?
That's right.
Yep.
Didn't
An
we?
absolute unit.
I
He's the
played for
striker
Wycombe.
for Wycombe Wanderers. Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he's jacked.
Oh,
we
mate,
couldn't believe it.
A complete. Do you know what's mental though? People would refer to him as being a fat footballer.
No.
He's just absolute steel.
beast.
He's just a unit.
Like
yeah.
his mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's why the white Adebayo Akinfenwa.
That's it.
That's what he called you.
It is, that's right.
Thanks
up.
So we, on Chloe's shoulders for headers. I don't know why I find it funny. So Willie's on the train behind me, all good.
Yeah. As always.
Then I was delayed by a bit. We had one delay, and then we were in the Channel Tunnel for quite a while, like
Yeah.
maybe half an hour.
What stopped?
Yeah, stop. Would you have hated
my
it?
God, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm texting Willie. We're a bit delayed. There might be a knock on for you. He's texting me when I'm in St Pancras, going, "We've been delayed massively. There's been a medical emergency." Thankfully, it wasn't Willie. He was stuck in the tunnel for ages. So
I bet he was raging.
we were
Willie stuck in a tunnel for ages.
we were texting each other back and forth, and I was like, "Mate, you're not going to make this flight." He goes, "I know, I've no chance." So I said, "I will book you a later flight going from London back," and he said, "Dead on." So I go on Skyscanner, but I'm walking through security doing this. I don't want it to be over. I don't want it to sell out. Then he has no way of getting back. So I'm like quickly doing this. Now I had the day before checked out of curiosity to see what would it be to go. We already have our Dubai flights. What would it be for a business flight? I wasn't going to do it, but I was like, I wonder what that would cost. It was like sitting in the hotel lobby or something.
To go what business from here to Dubai?
Yeah.
Right.
But I had my so I typed in Belfast to London, and the cheapest flight was like 282 quid, and then it was like 480, 900. I was like, Jesus, it is near Christmas, it's a busy travel time. So I just bang, London City. I was going from Gatwick. I go London City, 240 quid I think it was, with BA, booked. I text that to Willie. Here's your new boarding pass, here's your new flight. He's like, fuck's sake, this is still a nightmare. I said, well sure, you can just take your time going to London City now. He's like, yeah, sounds good. I'm on the plane, getting ready to go. I get a text from Willie. Ah, fuck, mate. I'm at Gatwick. I thought when you said London City, you just meant like, figured it like it is a city. You just meant the city of London.
No.
Now, then I realised, because I then went to Skyscanner UK to Belfast, and I was going to say something like, there might be, see if you're near the train station, there might be a flight from like Birmingham, really cheap later on tonight.
I like how your airports keep getting further and further away from
Well, say Birmingham or somewhere close
Well,
to
see if you can
London.
get yourself to Glasgow, then go from there to Stranraer, get on the boat. What to do? Just walk it. Walk into the water at Stranraer.
I did do UK. I typed in UK to Belfast to see if anywhere else we could pull a few moves. Then I was like, why even if I'm looking at Birmingham? Because it says there's £17 flights.
Well,
Why is it
here's a
just paying us
Turkish guy says he
£500?
can take you here in a rubber dinghy with a rest on it.
Willie, a tuk-tuk's on its way to get you. Well, here's a drone from Amazon arriving.
So what's he doing?
I had a filter on my Skyscanner
business?
search for business.
Oh, man.
I booked a wee bastard a business flight that he missed on British Airways. Willie T
Like,
was
do you know
going to be
what,
like
though?
Richie
Is
Rich in New York.
Is there a bougier booking on online, a business flight that you don't take?
Well,
you know what I mean?
also it's the shortest business flight.
Yeah,
It's going from...
people in the lounge
Yeah, it's
will
like
have
40
heard.
minutes.
What
isn't it?
business is
45
Willie
minutes?
doing in 40 minutes?
People in the lounge will have heard. Passenger William, do we have a William Tulsa? People will be like, fuck, he's killing it that much, and he just decided nah.
Oh, so what is Willie's current status? Where is he now?
I'd say morale is low. Willie is in the United Kingdom. I believe he's in England more specifically,
Right.
and I think he's bouncing around train stations like
And
Paddington Bear.
where's he gonna fly from then?
He said he would book himself a London flight later. There was quite a few. of
Like,
them.
does he mean just in any of the boroughs of London? Or
Yeah,
is it
Willie thinks you could just turn up to any airport in London. Hello,
See,
what's your destination, sir? Home.
I'm at Gatwick, because sure you've got to, like, when you're over there, you've got to like work out what trains you have to get to which place.
Yeah,
So he's actually worked that out.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, so
I think he went up to the ticket barrier.
I mean, you both have done a real number on yourselves there with this, yeah, and I'm not surprised in the slightest. Can you name all the airports in London? Many, is there 5?
Gatwick,
Heathrow.
Stansted, Luton, City.
That's it. That's all. Heathrow, Gatwick, Luton, Stansted, City, that's it.
There used to be another one, Southend, but they don't really seem to do the flights from there anymore.
Big place, 5 airports. Exciting. Well, alright, but well, hope
That
Willie gets home for
wee
Christmas.
city airport over there troubles me. They love cancelling a flight to Belfast, like,
Because it's a cheeky wee airport.
isn't it? It is. It's very cheeky. I love when people are like, "Yeah, launch in your Canary Wharf, so you're already in the city."
Yeah.
I'm just like,
What? This is not the area of the city I need to be in.
Yeah, I'm like, I still have to sit on a train forever.
Yeah.
So and you're not allowed to talk.
Well, you're in our prayers, brother. We hope you make it to Dubai. If not, assalamu alaikum, brother.
Yep, him too. Is he stuck with Willie?
What?
Salam alaikum.
What?
And,
Willie stuck, mate.
So you're going to see,
me to ring him?
Always
going to
gets
see
stuck.
Eminem on Saturday.
Well, Eminem's ma just died, so we don't know.
Eminem's mad, just crooked.
Yeah, yesterday.
Sorry, mama. He doesn't like her.
I know.
That's a good point.
I know,
actually.
but he might realise now she's dead. He loved her.
How sensational would it be though if he just does the gig anyway?
Yeah, and just repeats that song.
Yeah.
Cleaning out my closet.
Here, I think he will. You know, it's big money. to
Said,
be
I'm
lost.
sorry, mama. You died yesterday. Awful Eminem impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your best one.
But yeah, so we don't know what the crack is. But listen, we'll get to Dubai and we'll go, you know that we'll go,
Yeah.
we'll drop our shoulders
It
and
was
we'll go, we made it.
it was worth it for.
Although we won't drop our shoulders because Andrew Ryan's coming with us. The shoulders are permanently going to be
Yep,
up.
shoulders are up.
You better watch
There's a
your
guy,
shoulders.
isn't there a guy over there at the minute from here who left a review of a dog grooming place he was working in, and the review has had him. He's been arrested over it, and he's been captive there since October.
Serious?
Right.
Yeah.
So he's not coming to the show?
Sorry, that is UAE, isn't it? Dubai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So hold on, he was working for a dog grooming business,
He was working for a dog grooming business, and
he's got arrested.
the story, I'm only reporting what I've seen on reputable news websites.
He's such a man.
I know.
He's such a Belfast man.
I'm only telling you what he told me, right? But I am because I read that First Minister from here, Michelle O'Neill, was in touch with people from the UAE in London to be like, can't hear any chance like you can.
We could get Willie on the case
I
today.
know. So,
fuck all else to do
He'll
in
be
London.
there by 4 o'clock.
so like
the way you send him.
the story is this guy was working for a dog grooming place out there. He had fibromyalgia. He gave a doctor's note and said he needed a bit of time off. They're meant to have sacked him. He left a scathing review apparently of the place, and because when they basically sacked him, that means he loses his right to work there, etc. He left a review. The review wasn't well received by the government there, and he's been arrested. And I mean, Dan, I hope he's been released, but I don't know that he has. I'm saying that to you so that you might look it up and see.
Yeah, if people don't know, Dan's the ambassador.
Yeah, I looked this up. I looked this up last week.
Yeah, hopefully he's out.
All right, yeah, sure. Here, we'll.
Sure.
We've said Fosty is an envoy to London to fetch Willie.
Mad story though. So like, because I said to Willie, don't leave reviews of anything, and he never responded to it. So don't do that.
So
Yeah.
he doesn't understand.
Apparently,
yeah.
it's like their communication laws are.
Don't be telling Andrew Ryan.
very
that.
different from
you
ours.
know.
Jesus,
he
yeah.
loves to leave a scathing review
I
on
know,
stuff
yeah.
like you know what I mean.
Yeah, Willie,
Don't
of
let him
course.
complain about flights until he's back here.
Willie, of course, one of our castmates. On Chancer.
Correct. Sorry,
Am I
just,
right?
can I just say this? I think if they did arrest Andrew Ryan, they would give him back.
Oh
before-
yeah. They'd be like, no, you're all right.
Yeah,
He'd be,
Yeah,
he'd be
yeah.
trying to save them money on their oil deals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right, please, Lamborghini, for you to leave this prison right now.
Yeah. Guys, we've talked about Willie being
Is it
stuck.
4-wheel drive? Keep it, mate.
See, these are all great.
Better off with an Audi, mate. Insurance would be mental on that. No thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Where would I keep it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Julie's car's there. My Audi's there.
Always a wee bit more English there.
Know where to keep it,
Me
mate.
Julie. Me Julie.
Metro Royal, mate.
So here, the first thing people will see on Chancellors, unfortunately, is that man's face.
Aaron Butler's face
That-
opens the whole series.
That is the beautiful. When you sent me the preview of it, and I was like, "This is already."
I didn't know
off.
if I was allowed to send. I sent.
I heard about that. We haven't talked about that.
I've been bootlegging the preview. Are you not happy I sent the preview?
Anyone that I've gone, here, this is coming out soon, so we'll need your help for promotion or whatever, it's just gone, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I'm like, right, sweet.
Yeah.
That gives them incentive.
But
Um,
but you know what? It was better to just let the cast see it.
He was too excited.
I disagree, but
He
like,
was too excited. There was that you were trying to organise some sort of screening.
I know,
thing.
yeah.
That's why I let the cast see it.
I thought we were still doing that. I have that marked in my calendar on the
Well,
11th.
you would have to do it in the next few days because it's going to be
'cause the
out.
date- it's out before the date.
I know, but I thought we were doing it on the 11th. I wasn't told any difference in my calendar.
Aaron, do you think
oh
I've...
shit, my vertigo, genuinely.
this
My
is-
vertigo kicked in harder when I threw my head back.
All right, Bonner. Here, take a rest.
Hold on, is everything okay?
Yep.
There you go. All right.
Let's not do that again.
All right.
What,
yeah, yeah.
what
Did
caused
that
it?
and, what?
You threw your
Threw
head
my
back?
head back and I just went,
That's class.
No.
benign
I don't think it's
positional
class.
vertigo or something.
I think it's pretty good. It's a cool superpower.
It's fucking
You
shit.
can
So you
induce
can't
vertigo.
fucking wash out?
Not anymore.
You can't rock out?
I haven't been able to smack kids in concerts. And
What
all
about
that.
like a... Could you just resent...
I just
a
have
hand
to sit
tap?
there like I'm at the show bands and go. Try not to fucking pish my tights.
Yeah, I've said that link out.
Oh, I know. I know.
But I've
Guys,
always, like,
it's
It
on the
was
team- it's
who
on
was
the
it?
team
He
with
told
me,
me. I
Patreon.
was texting. I texted him the other night. I texted him the other night to see.
We
that
were
he-
on the phone. That's what
That's
it
what it
was.
was. I phoned you the other night to see.
him and Willie are the only people I have.
You haven't
Well-
said that to anybody, Ciaran?
I sent it to people in the industry who
Oh, here
a
he
show
goes.
And
cast members?
Here he goes.
cast don't see it until it takes. As far as
Why, Dan, what have you heard?
as far as
Not
producer
even someone
point,
with the same name, surname as you?
Yeah, has Chloe seen it?
Chloe is the assistant producer on the show.
Oh.
She's seen it.
Oh, Jesus.
What about another Bartlett?
Kev.
Oh, we dirty Kev.
Yeah,
Mickey saw a couple of bits of it.
Do you know what that is?
In an early edit.
Bartlett's looking after Bartlett's.
Yeah, that's what it
Typical.
is.
He's the Trump family
Nepotism.
all over.
Nepotism.
He's
Yeah.
going to pardon everyone, you wee dirty bastard.
I made Mickey dress up like Donald Trump so I could send him it.
Yes, I sent it to Aaron
Yeah.
thinking that Willie's train might be cancelled, so he might be doing it today. So he had something to talk about.
But yeah,
man.
the viewers are in for a real treat because the first face they get to get greeted with is mine as
Yeah,
we head
that's
into
true.
a
Yeah.
sketch, which
That's
I
a
won't
funny
reveal
sketch,
now.
though.
It is good fun. It's a good way to start the show, and then
Yep.
it continues on sketch after sketch.
It was hard to
after
know,
sketch.
like the ordering of it.
The order
We
was
already went back and forth
one of the
about.
most melting things to try to even think about because do you ever feel like I felt this like when we're making I feel this way when I'll be making anything like that is like you're focused on making it good and just getting it done, and then there's all the stuff that comes afterwards, which is like what order should this go out in, how do we promo this, all the paperwork that goes with it. It's like all this stuff that when you're making it you're just not thinking about whatsoever.
I gotta say, after we finished shooting, I've had by far, in a way, the least to do. I've had nothing to do.
Yeah. That's
Well, to be fair,
Niall had
you're
to- Niall had
doing
to-
all the ads now, which is great.
Now I had to colour it, sound,
Edit it.
edit,
yeah.
do all that kind of
Notes.
stuff. Notes. He had to do all the
I
paperwork.
had to do a mountain of monotonous tasks.
I just had to keep texting the group saying, I'm getting a good feeling about this, guys.
Yep.
That was my job.
I'd be like, guys, I've done the paperwork for that one, so.
Yeah.
Do you know what Ciaran never said? That's a paperwork done, guys. I never
Do you
said
know why?
that.
Because if you say that, sure as fucking they're shiting a dog. When you say that's it done, somebody emails you and goes, oh, here, have you done that bit yet? And you go,
Right.
no, I haven't because it's never been fucking mentioned before. That's the
You know,
the hardest bit.
if it was me doing the paperwork, the whole thing would be like, you'd go to watch it and be like, why is it dubbed in Chinese? Why is it like early Jackie Chan movies? Why is there a huge rumble in the Bronx feel about
Oh,
this?
mate, yeah,
Um,
it's one of the. Do you know what though? I'm just glad that like that side of it is done, and like I will say once see after that side was done,
Yeah.
I watched it one night like last week and just enjoyed watching it for the first time.
Is that the first time you watched it?
No, I've seen it multiple times, but I've been seeing it going like, oh, somebody says this at that second.
Yeah.
That song comes on at this second.
Yeah.
Melt. Whereas like, so I'd seen it a lot and seen it through the edits, but I mean, this is the first time that I sat down and sort of went, this is a finished thing now,
Yeah.
and just actually enjoy it. And it was, I actually really did.
I've done a few interviews and stuff about it this week, and I'm not getting into that, but
Oh, no, let's.
The one from today's
the
funny.
headline on the Belfast Telegraph, here's what it is,
This
right?
is funny.
Doing an interview with Belfast Telegraph. During it, I basically was like, I've got as long as you want here. So they just ask questions, I tell you prepare questions. Great journalist. One of the questions is, the guy from the Radio 1 DJ guy from here is on I'm a Celebrity.
That's right.
Is that something you would ever do?
Uh-huh.
And I said, oh God, no. I was like, there's no amount of money in the world would make me want to do that. I would hate that. I'm surprised you're surprised by that. I'd hate that.
No amount of money.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, there's an amount of money. And it's
Okay,
And I tell you what,
It's less
it's relatively low. It would be the least they've ever paid to accompany it, right? But like, would I love to do that? No, I would hate it. And I was
Yeah.
basically like, 100% get why people do it as well, because
Yeah.
it's a once in a lifetime experience. I'm sure they have great crack doing it. Just not my thing at all. I would hate it. That's it. Front page of the Belfast Telegraph today. Picture of me. First of all, picture I don't like. From back in the archive.
I hate that.
Headline. As if I've said this. I may be a celebrity, but I wouldn't do the jungle.
That's a front page headline.
You think I've said, I may be a celebrity?
That made me laugh. Like you know when people say LOL and they've mostly gone like that. LOL.
Yeah.
I roared out loud
Yeah.
laughing at that.
You
this morning.
vertigo
I
yourself.
understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah,
We are vertigo. brand ambassador
I've headbutted my way through our chimney breast because of that headline this morning.
I understand the license to like slightly, it's like, make a thing look like a thing, but I don't say it's not dark arts or anything.
It's
just
it's
mental.
a pun type headline, but like Jesus.
Not ideal to promote your upcoming sketch.
No,
show, I
not
would say.
not ideal.
It couldn't just say like brand new sketch show.
I'll never do the
Yeah,
jungle,
yeah.
but guess what else I have?
So we haven't really, even I mean the interviews are always a page and stuff anyway, so you don't really get a chance to like talk about the stuff that you want to talk
In-depth,
about,
like
the
we're
in
gonna
depth,
talk about today.
and where this whole idea of a show came from.
Behind the scenes. Well, let's start with that. How did it all? What's the creation? What's the big bang that happens that creates Chancers? Who approaches who works with who first?
I
What way does
think-
it all pan out? That's my first question.
I know the answer.
Yeah, you go ahead and I'll tell you if it's the same answer.
Me and you would meet regularly for coffee in
Yeah.
Cafe O, where you would hold court.
He does hold court
like
in Cafe
Denzel
O.
and Gladiator 2.
I already want to disagree and say I meet you in all wee places that you like.
Oh.
More often, like wee Balnahinch places.
I
and
try and
wee,
do
out
an
in the middle of nowhere.
I try and
places.
do an equidistant coffee meet,
Yes, halfway between where he's both.
but as time goes on, that gets a lot closer to Cafe O or Kieran.
Oh right. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Thank you. But
I just move in chest spaces, just gradually.
Like, mate, can you make it down to Ken Moore this weekend?
yeah. Ken Moore.
Is it Ken Moore?
Ken Moore.
Ken Moore.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
Ken Moore. Fuck
Oh,
it.
what a
It's just a
smart-
guy you go see.
Sorry,
So
so
we we always threw around, like we'd have made sketches for years.
I should credit you and say though that it was your idea to sort of get me, you, and Niall to make the first couple of sketches that we did.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we had made sketches, obviously the Keith and Butler stuff and all
Yeah.
that kind of thing, and then we would always meet and be, I've got an idea for this sketch, I've got an idea for that sketch, and there was sketches that have been around in our heads for years
Yeah.
that are in this show. Imagine a sketch where this happens and that happens, and then I think Niall had shot something for me. I can't remember what it was specifically. And me and him got chatting about sketches. He was like, I'd love to do more like sketches.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, me and him have like a ream of sketches that the three of us should meet to talk about. And we did, and then it was like, oh, what about this one? What about that one?
Yeah, so we did the Banshees one. Yeah,
Was that the first one?
I think so.
The Banshee Bones
Wasn't it?
of Vinnie Sheeran, the parody.
Yeah.
And then we just sort of said, like, what if we make these as like high end as possible?
So we made like 4 of them.
So we did 3 or 4 sketches to look like, look expensive, basically without being expensive, because we were doing it for nothing. And
Yeah.
then we thought that was a better way than submitting
A script or something.
a big
Yeah.
document.
Because people never read it.
Either they don't read it or they'll play it out in
Yeah.
the way they think in their heads.
Yeah, which will not look cinematic.
Or,
like the
or
stuff
it might
that
just
we're
be a
doing.
totally different theme or
Yeah.
whatever. So we're like, there's nothing better than just doing it. And hopefully they do good numbers and people like them.
Yeah.
And then all of them really took off massively.
Yeah.
And it was just literally like Niall being a whole production
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, I think before we move forward with any of it, he's not here, but we have to sing the praises
Oh.
of Niall because
Unbelievable talent,
I
like-
like I've obviously background in video and shooting, and you've edited your own clips and stuff
Yeah.
over the years, so you get it. Like, yeah, I was talking to Shane. You've edited nothing.
I will fucking cut you to pieces, cunt. I'm editing my fucking rage out murder fucking spree right now.
Edit the vertigo out of your brain.
Kieran's gonna give you a kamikaze headbutt. One last headbutt.
And take us both out.
Don't make me put my head back there.
But suffice to say, Niall is an unsung hero who
Yeah.
deserves all the praise and all that. Like,
Definitely.
I can tell, like, from seeing it from the advanced preview that Shane wasn't meant to send me, that it was a labour of love for him.
Well, like loads of the, I sort of think loads of the humor in it is because of the sincerity of the production. Like, you know, like
yeah. Well, look, I'll say this: nicest shot looking thing that I've seen.
Almost
you know,
like every second of it has something going on.
Yeah.
Whether it's like the music, it sounds like it's been scored by like
Yeah.
fucking
it's
Hans Zimmer or something.
unbelievable. Like, it's unbelievably creative the way he shot that.
it's so clean.
But even like that sort of thing was there when we were doing, you know, the sketch that we did, the nose sketch.
Yeah.
Like, I always remember that there was like a couple of shots in that were like from inside a bin and all.
Yeah.
And like there's some other ones in this where the actual placement of the camera just gives you like more immersion in the sketch. Like,
Yeah,
so
and that doesn't come from us. We only know
Yeah, it's
really
not.
how to say, here's why this is funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
We can't necessarily put that on screen or
Yeah,
give
yeah.
you anything other than the words and the action.
Yeah.
So it's all about the way that it's shot, the way that it's cut, and
Then like the
it
whole-
looks like it cost
yeah.
£1 million to make.
And,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and it did not.
It did not.
Unfortunately.
So you put a little taster reel together. You bring it to execs at the BBC. And then,
we didn't really bring it anywhere.
No, well, we showed it like it was online, and then they asked us could we put it into like package it as like a short film type thing. Remember for
The comedy festival.
Comedy Festival in Cardiff last year.
You and Niall went.
And me and Niall went to that, and then it was like quite well received. But then we asked like, did they want it over in London? And they were like, well, we're sort of doing sketches with somebody else, and we were like, right, whatever. And then it was kind of sitting there,
such a
sass, and then
I'm sort of seeing someone.
yep.
Sure, shoot yourself.
Whatever.
Whatever.
And hope he kills you. And so we we
just the final season.
and then we went. I spoke to people about it here, and then they like, you know, it became like a thing where we got to do a bit of writing on it and do some like write the sketches the way we wanted them, and then move pretty quickly from that into shooting it. Like, you know,
The plan was for us to make the way we would want to make it, and then let the broadcaster kind of approach us so that we could continue
Make
to
it
make
that
it the way
way.
we want. Because
Yeah.
the worst thing you don't want, and I've been victim of this, we all have, we're like, you know, BBC being like the broadcaster here. Over the years, you go, chance to be part of this thing, you're part of it, there's so many people involved, and it's not really the way you want it to.
yeah, it's
You-
just not it's like a committee.
Yes.
Everything's decided by committee, and there's not really a clear.
Yeah.
Well,
like
you don't get
someone- yeah.
you don't get a chance to put your creativity into it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it gets changed, and that's like the way it is for everybody. Like not here, but everywhere. So our thought was do this the way we would want to do it. Let it sort of speak for itself, and then if there is interest, great. But we would want to just keep this formula and this team, and the great thing is from the outset
They just let us do that.
they just
yeah.
said like, yeah, we don't want to change the way you're doing this.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to make it different for them.
We
and
should
I'd never heard
also
that.
we should also credit all the locations because people were very sound to us.
Yeah.
Because it was a small budget, so
Yeah.
all the locations were pretty sound about letting us use their places and all that. Like, and
Who was the location scout between you? Who was the person? It was.
well,
all you.
sorry, I arranged most of those. You arranged some of them.
I would sort of like,
but we all sort of
You
chatted
both
about
divvied
it.
it up a little bit.
Yeah.
and Niall, it was just a case of having a WhatsApp group and
Yeah.
going, do you know a place that looks like this?
Yeah, Niall put together like a document that had like our ideas in it for where they could be.
Right.
Each sketch and who should be like who should be in it, where should it be, all that kind of stuff. And then it was just a case of like phoning around those places and getting them, or like knowing somebody.
Everywhere straight away was like, we'll help you with it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
actually nowhere refused.
Nowhere said no.
Yeah.
And then the coolest thing is, like, sometimes you maybe do something like this, and a broadcaster or executives will go, we've been working with this talent, and then they will not suit what you're doing, and they'll go, but we want you to put them in it, because we're working with them, or we promised them this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got to cast this entirely
Yeah,
ourselves,
You
so
got
we
full
got to
control.
have our friends in it.
We got to open the whole series with your face on.
Yeah.
That was a deal breaker
That
for
was.
me.
For
I
me,
said
it was a
to
big breaker.
BBC, I said to BBC, I will not do this show if we can't open on Aaron Butler's face.
The money maker, baby.
yeah.
And
That's
we
my producer voice, by the way.
we had to like the only downside of them being totally left to their own devices was it had to be a bit stop start with like dates. We had to move dates.
Oh
a
mate,
fair
well,
bit.
I was sick during it, so it was.
I didn't
like-
even mean that.
No,
I
but
just meant
I know that too though. But it was
Yeah.
like I was sick during it, so like that sort of slowed down. Like we were right in the middle of writing sketches, and then I was off for like 6 weeks or more.
Yeah.
And then it was like, right, let's start chipping away at these. And we got like a draft together of the script, and then it was like, right, we're gonna need to start shooting these because we couldn't do. Normally, you would probably go, let's shoot all this across 2 weeks or something.
Yeah,
and
like
have
every
it done.
day.
Intense, yeah. You would
And
maybe
the-
do
and-
like 2 sketches a day.
Yeah, a few sketches a
afternoon,
day,
morning
and like
shoot.
yeah. Whereas this, it just became far more like we've all got fucked schedules. I'm not well. You were away. Now I was away.
Yeah.
I was headbutting walls, and then it became like let's do this when. Even then, saying to people who were in it, when are you free?
Yeah.
So that we can kind of
Yeah,
get
'cause
this to work.
what I
Yeah.
meant was we had to lose. Willie and Diona were going to be in it way more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then but then
But they
it
had the
happened.
French.
Yep.
They had the fringe.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like we got to do a couple, and then had to just be they were away.
Yep.
So
So we had
That's
to-
when we were like, let's start it with Aaron Butler's face.
Yeah.
So the pro is you get more creative control over the product that you're making. The con is it also then falls on you to schedule more.
We've never
things,
made
to
a TV
take
show.
more. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, plus
So-
like with budget, with the budgetary sort of issues, even though like it was dead on.
you keep
you know-
bringing up budget. Karen, do
You
you
know,
want to say something? to
well,
me?
well, normally, you know, there'd be one or two people, like a location scout or like
Well, there'd be
like a line producer,
or even
basically.
things like a prop master who brings
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
to set every day.
Whereas,
a
like, do you know who the prop master was? Amazon.
It was you, yeah.
Amazon.
I remember. I'll tell this. One day I showed up for a sketch and there was props
Mafia
to be
sketch?
involved. The mafia sketch, yeah. And there was a prop need involved, and you literally there was a moment of silence, and you just went, "I think there's a B&M bargains up there. We could
across the road.
Get something from." And I was standing there going, "The fuck are these two glue bags?"
I
doing?" Yeah.
remember during that same discussion.
We needed a clip. Was it?
We
needed something. I don't want
board,
to give stuff
the
away.
board for him.
No, it's okay.
And I remember during that discussion, I was like,
Do you know what it was?
and I remember you then going, are you producing this? And I was like, oh,
Yeah, and then you had to go into the shopkeeper to ask
I need
for
to
some.
stop doing that. That's mental.
Ciaran was sitting in the back of his car because there was a wee moment of rain. We needed a prop.
A wee
There was a
moment. It
B&M
was so my wee vest didn't go see through for the sketch.
There was a B&M Bargains directly across the road. We identified what we needed and that they would have had it. And Ciaran was just like, yeah, B&M's there. Like. And I said, I think I might have said, could the producer produce it? Could the producer produce the tinfoil that we need?
Oh my god.
The producer was
Here.
away with the furs.
Producer went in and got that tinfoil, but not out of B&M.
Yes, you got
Didn't
the,
want to pay for it.
But yeah, the best
I stole tinfoil off the location.
You got it from the shopkeeper.
he got from a local guy and just begged, please, sir.
Can you cover that in tinfoil, please?
Yeah.
I hear he loved it.
But the best thing is we needed like a sizable amount, and you brought out like an A4 sheet of tinfoil,
Yeah.
being like, "That's it, guys, we're good."
Yeah.
And we were.
Yeah, I was like, can you bring out the whole roll? That was funny.
Yeah.
What was the one that? What was your like? If you were distilling this down to one or two key core memories, what are the moments that you think about, or the shoots? Because the one that I think of probably, I had a good time making that the first one that you're in.
Yeah.
That was great.
That was a fun, and there's a few different people in that.
Yeah.
And there's a good vibe.
I had a lot
yeah.
of fun doing that one.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun doing the one out in the woods.
Out in the woods. So we shot
One of my
in-
favorite. I think that's my favorite sketch of the show, by the way.
My favourite ones are actually the ones with you and Mickey. They're my favourites.
in.
I love them in the telly.
So
I know.
Mickey
what you mean.
actually, Mickey was going to be in it, but Mickey ended up, because you were not well. Mickey ended up being in it a lot more.
Yeah.
And he's
He
brilliant
kills
in it.
Like,
yeah.
Like, I
But
think
those ones, I see, you're particularly good in those ones as well. Like,
so
credit
that
where
we'll
it's
call
due,
we'll
like.
call them the torture sketch. People will by the time this comes out, have seen
Oh
some
well,
of them.
they've seen.
Seen some of them maybe.
The torture sketches are my favourites.
But we shot that. Definitely stands out to me because of how you weren't there, but how much I was thinking of you, because we filmed those in the Telegraph building, and it's 3/4 of it, or maybe half of it, is
Desolate,
like desolate and derelict and abandoned.
Scary.
Um,
Rat traps and all.
But again, we got to use it for free, and it was amazing. So it's a torture scene, and I walked into it, and Niall and Chucky had already there was like 2 days where Niall had help. Like, he literally had like
A guy.
assistants,
Yeah.
you know?
Right, yeah.
And like 2 people, like there should have been 10 people doing this.
Anytime we've done anything, anytime we've shot anything like that, there's like 15.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah. Like
Stand around.
But they made this. I walked in and just went, this will be phenomenal. I was like, this looks like a feature, like an Eli Roth type feature film.
Yeah.
And we shot at night, like very late at night in the Telegraph building. But when you walked about in between takes and stuff, where you had to like walk out of the room or whatever, it was just like pitch black dark.
Yeah.
And it's an abandoned old building with a lot of fire damage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, thank God he's not here.
What?
Because he wouldn't have been able to do it.
I probably would have been sitting shivering like a wee bitch. I don't like stuff like
we
went
shot
back
in there during the day.
And I was like texting Chloe being like, remember me as I was, like, you know what I mean?
We shot there during the day, broad daylight inside, and there was like some like creaky doors and stuff. But
spiders,
it was
there was a lot of spiders at one of the windows.
Right.
They left me, to be fair, they did everything in terms of like, they were down humping all the gear up the stairs, and I was standing there minding the stuff we'd already lifted.
Yeah,
And,
trying to find tinfoil.
yeah, and but I went over to look out the window, and then I saw like, you know, like a nest, like a big white ball of spider eggs, and you could see it moving, and I was like, Jesus, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think, but the shoot day, in terms of just like laughing my bollocks off all day, was the forest.
in the woods. So we went to Fodder, our location. It's like part of Finnebrogue, so they gave us like part of the forest to film in. And again, all these locations are just like, work away whatever you need. They're not like supervising. They're just like, work away, no problem.
Leave you to it.
And we had to film a sketch that involves me and Ciaran. I don't know if people have seen it by now, but it involves me and Ciaran and being in togas.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful day.
It was.
And we just shot in a wee clearing in the forest.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant. It's just another one of those ones where you go, this will be good. Like, I'm so happy with this because we were like, the takes were going well. Weather was great for filming.
Yeah. Just everything was aligned.
And there's a bit in that, again, I'll not spoil it, people haven't seen it. There's a bit in that where I have to draw something.
Yes.
And I only have one
Yeah, you
take
can
at
only
it.
do it one go
I
at
can
it,
only do it once.
Yeah.
So like, I'd fucked something up the day, like the week before. So there's a sketch where I have to
break something.
karate chop a brush shaft
Yeah.
in half.
Yeah.
And it's like a really important crux of this important scene.
Yes.
Like probably the most high production scene in the whole thing.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
And Ciaran, Niall, and Shane, who was there that day helping Niall, were sort of working to sort of have it slightly broken,
Yep.
but held together because they needed a shot of it together so I could break it.
Yeah. A fart would have broken it. Like, it was so.
And they'd
it was
worked
so
on it,
thin.
and I was like, I go, let me just manipulate it a wee bit more, just a wee bit more.
where this is going.
Whole thing breaks.
Yeah, of course.
They're all right pissed off.
It was
like, oh,
one
so
of
sorry.
them ones where we'd bought that burner or whatever, the mop, and didn't think at that time
Too
to
much.
buy 2 of them.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, we only had that one.
The
Yeah.
producer didn't get 2 mobs, but no, I fucked it. And so then I was so conscious of that. So then the whole build up to this scene is me drawing something with a
great.
stone.
So funny.
Yeah.
But I can't see
Yeah, you can't see the line that you're drawing.
You can't see the line that I'm drawing because it's like a big stone and my hand is in a fist over it. So I've just got to hope that this works.
Yeah.
And it worked
It was
perfectly.
like
Yeah.
as soon when you
And I
turned
got carried
around,
away. Do you remember? And did a wee
line.
extra bit on
Yeah.
it, and it worked. And if it
Like,
hadn't,
we
it would have been
died.
fucked.
Like that was one of the funniest. Also, shout out to Shane Walsh for drawing the rest of that drawing. I remember.
Yeah,
being like,
yeah.
I remember him being like, "Oh, this isn't very good," and he turned it around. It's like you're one of those people that
It's a
brings your-
masterpiece.
brings your art homework in and goes, "Oh, it's not great."
Yeah, yeah,
Slides
yeah.
over the Mona Lisa, you know.
What if you were doing it again as a like bigger series or more episodes or whatever? What takeaways or learnings from this production would you bring into the next one?
Probably.
Just sorry, go ahead. You go ahead. I'll yawn.
Still recovering from it,
Yeah.
from the film. Like there would need to be more production help,
Yeah,
More hands involved.
Yeah.
a few
But-
more,
but-
but not as
but
many
not
as
too
the ones
many.
that we've been on.
Yeah.
and it needs to be like trusted
People
people.
that you
Um,
yeah, and then for me, that is the main thing for me. Like one or two people, just to help out with the organization of it, because it very quickly becomes quite a bit bigger than you
Yeah.
think. The amount of messages that have to be dealt with, just to do the
and inevitably
locations, props, and
something
people is-
changes. The location, can we get you in an hour later? But they're
or-
giving you it for free, so you
Yeah,
no
Yeah.
or
problem.
somebody says,
Okay.
"Fuck, I've got to go."
Medical
I've-
emergency or
Yeah.
something comes up
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
someone is
yeah.
late picking someone up or something like that. So
There was loads of shit like that, but it was
would you film it in a big chunk next time, or would you do it the way you did this time and just sort of ad hoc, a day here, day here?
it would be
there?
good to organize a couple of things better in terms of like
There was one thing we really wanted to do.
that one. Yeah,
There was a sketch we really wanted to have, and we ended up turning it
it's
into.
actually a brilliant sketch as well.
It's so the mafia
Yes,
sketch.
that
you're
one?
in?
yes.
Sorry, sorry, I thought you were meaning the one that we didn't do at all, the sports related one. That is, would be definitely. On
Oh
the
yeah,
list
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah, yeah.
series
That
three
would
when it comes
be.
out.
We have an idea for a sketch that is like mind blowing. I think.
Yeah.
Not mind blowing, but like
Well, it's a
I think
brilliant.
really
It's a
good.
brilliant sketch,
But-
like,
But we wanted to do a version. So the mafia sketch you did was
Yes.
supposed to be a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But we used the exact same joke
Yeah.
and changed it to something else.
she's the mafia. Like,
But we had something else. We wanted let's say 2 established actors from here, older than us, to be in it. But it didn't work. It was such
Yeah.
a. You're also going to these guys and going, this is a show you've never seen before. Trust us, it's going to be like, we think it's really good.
Yeah.
But maybe now that this
It'll
is out,
be easier
if
now
we
that
do
we've
want
got
an
that
old
stuff.
cameo or something, we have this calling card.
Yeah.
But I would probably, I tried to more help out with like the like everyone's lines. Like if
Directing people. Like,
if we were
yeah.
doing it and something felt not right, I'd want to be like, try it, like say this instead or try that.
Yeah.
But I think it would be better when the setup's happening
Yeah.
to take all the actors to one side, and we did
We did
run
do that on a
lines,
few of them, yeah.
but it would be
Yeah.
better to meet even earlier probably,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
or even
Do a read through of the script.
get
or
all the
something,
actors with the scripts down in one day
Yes.
and just do a table read of everything.
Yeah, that is what usually sketches
Yeah.
do. A big
It's
table
all that
read
sort
and
of that sort of stuff just costs
more.
more money because you got to pay everybody for their time.
It
Do you know what I
does.
mean? And it was, we didn't have a ton to throw around to people, but like I do. One thing that I like about what we've done is the kind of thing where, like what you were saying about like the amount like things that we've made, things that I've written that I haven't been in, maybe that I've seen get made. There's like a massive production team on some of that stuff that
Oh
you,
yeah.
it's not to like you sound like a knob saying this, but like you sort of look sometimes and go, there's a lot of people here,
Yeah.
and
With
some-
different opinions.
Yeah.
and it sometimes dilutes
Yeah.
what the product is at the end when
Yeah.
there's too many. So it's about finding a sweet spot. We did it this time. Where
opposite end.
where we're literally going, fuck, it would have been class to have somebody else just here just to
Yeah.
fucking help us out, like
Yeah.
you know,
Production runners and that sort of
runner
carry
or
on.
like a what do you call it? You know, like a
Production
like I was saying,
assistant.
like a line manager,
Yeah.
like somebody to sort of like a line producer, sorry, to sort of go, I'm gonna deal with all the communication, because like a normal producer doesn't really.
Do you know what the job advert would say? Has to know your way around Cafe-O. Has to know how to get the Cafe-O and back to.
Drops or orders.
We're looking for a location scout, but the first question is, where are all the Cafe-O current locations?
What is the hope for the future of it? Like, obviously, you'll get this episode out of the way. The dust will settle a little bit. Where do you take it next? What way do you want to get, like, more episodes, more on TV? What do you think?
I think we definitely want to do more of it.
Yeah. People are already asking about that. So.
Yeah, I think the goal for it is, and something I suppose I did talk about in those interviews, but maybe didn't come across massively. Was
it didn't come across as much as your
I want to be I'm a celebrity. yeah.
We made a point when me, you, and Niall were meeting.
That is one of the funniest headlines I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It looks like I've rang them and went, I'm a celebrity. Tell them I
Get
won't
me in
do
there.
the jungle. Yeah.
Sorry,
I won't
That
do
would've
this
been a good
series for
headline.
any less than £400.
Yeah. They do have a list of, like, the lowest paid people, and I'm a celebrity,
Yeah.
which is a sad list.
Get
to
ready
be
for a
on.
new entry. Todd flies himself to Australia.
On your
Said
own
he
coin.
definitely won't do this show.
we business flight.
Yeah, but Willie's on it.
I'm like, Willie, forget about the bag coming home. Make an advance party over to Australia. We made a real point when me, you, and Niall were meeting in equidistant venues, coffee shops. We made a point of saying we don't want anything to be humour wise. We don't want it to be like hyper local. You know, we don't want.
Yeah.
Because we do that because a lot of the humour that we do is rooted here because we live here.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's the same as stand-up. You'll do stuff that's like local facing, you'll do universal facing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same with any comedy scene, but you know,
Yeah.
New York comedians will do stuff that's
About
funny
New York.
in New York
Yeah,
About the
that
subway.
they can't do in California.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Used
But
to be the thing, didn't it? The trope of like London comedians coming here and doing
Yes.
stuff about the tube.
Yes,
People
yes,
are going,
yes.
There is no tube.
Yeah.
I'd show you a tube. Point
Yeah.
to it.
Only tube in this place on stage.
But with this, we went, let's try and make it as universal as possible.
Yeah.
So we don't have anything in it that we think would only play here.
Yeah.
It might be that it does only play here, but
Yeah.
I would hope that maybe the likes of BBC Three or the network, as they call it, like the main BBC, would
Would be
show it at
interested
some
in it,
point.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's that thing in it where like our accents located here, but
Yes.
the jokes aren't located here. Do you know what I mean? Like there's the jokes should
But
be
maybe
fine
we could
anyway.
do some different accents.
Yeah.
That's good. Jamaica.
That's a good
Yeah, I
one.
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want it to be seen outside of here.
Yeah.
I think is the main thing. Where, you know, they do actually a very cool thing at the end. I didn't notice, like a final graphic on the show, which is like made here. They're like made in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But so the idea, I would hope that it's very much made here
Yeah.
by people from here.
Yeah.
But gets to go outside of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't see why it wouldn't. Like and
I think it would fit very well onto like a BBC Three, and as you said,
Yeah.
like I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean here
give it
they
a-
put out stuff from Scotland and
I look. Have
Other
you ever
places, you know.
watched some of the stuff on BBC Three? There's definite room for it to could go on there. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, what in terms of writing the sketches, do you both get together on like a certain day and just hash it out, or do you both do it individually and then send it to each other? What was the
divvied up a
shared-
big list, didn't we?
yeah. What we
You didn't do
what-
any guest writers either. You didn't get
No,
anyone
it
else
was
in. It was
us
just
two,
literally
and
you.
it
And
was like we so the three of us chatted about what they were gonna be and what the vibe of each one would be, and like what the kind of crux of the joke is, and we'd write all that down like when we meet together, and then it would be like what
I'm just fucking. He is such a
a wee dick. isn't it?
immature. Did you see his notes?
No,
the entire time I've been doing a bit,
I haven't
and
seen
I
that.
just keep putting a card.
That's great. That is great.
He's been drawing penises, and I don't think that's funny, Kieran.
Last
do you?
Hal specials.
Drawing penises.
These are
Aye,
all
this
my
guy.
versions.
So then
It's a
like,
little ode to the show.
then we would just like like divide it. Literally, go. I'm gonna do this one, or I really want to do that one.
It was more like whose idea was it?
Yeah.
You know.
Some of them were, but there's
Yeah.
a couple of ones that I ended up writing that were definitely your ideas. But it was like I
Yeah.
go, fuck, I really want to do that one.
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
For-
then
yeah.
so we sort of split them pretty much.
But and
down
we'll
the
talk them
middle.
through in the coffee shops, and
Yeah.
maybe Niall will go. It doesn't make sense
Yeah,
to
yeah.
have that be like. Could that be like this? You know, and then you take
Yeah,
that
so
into
like
account.
like it's that's the actual like the three of us actually create the ideas. We come with our ideas or go fuck yes, but what about this?
Yeah, it's an equal part.
And then the
relationship.
actual like typing in of it
Gotcha.
was nearly more just like so that they could see something on the page because
Yeah.
some of them
Yeah.
even after we wrote them we didn't end up saying the exact things that are on the page.
Of
You know,
course.
you get there and as there's a bit of improv where you go, I'm going to change the way this sort of, we'll change the order of this or lose those few lines there and just say something funnier, you know. So like, I mean, that one we did with you and and everybody, the first sketch.
Yeah.
Barbershop.
Yeah,
That felt electric.
there was
Yeah,
a
it was-
good bit of improv going on there though.
Oh,
Do you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But
Like,
and that was the key thing. I think that if we were doing this a few years ago,
Yep.
that would have ruined it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I think you've got to know each other well,
Yeah.
and be just that wee bit older to go like,
Yeah.
I know we're having fun,
Yeah.
but like, let's not get carried away with
Yeah,
the improv because then, you know, you're sort of fucking Nile over if every take's
Yeah,
different.
yeah, yep.
You know, so it was like, if people go, oh, I have this idea,
Aye.
and you can't say yes, that you got to be like, I know you're enthusiastic about that, but
Yeah.
let's just have this.
Or-
and then
or-
sometimes it does make sense,
Yeah.
and you go, add that in.
And definitely it was like once we all sort of agreed on what we're keeping in this every
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
then the margin of improv became really limited,
Yeah.
which was great because then it's like we've improv to get this to be pretty great and we're just going to keep doing takes like that.
Yeah.
You know, like some of the couple of the wee bits Mickey added in that one or you like
See, being able to do that is such it's brilliant. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm talking about us casting, like, Coco's in it.
yeah,
That was by the way, when I was watching
Coco's
it,
just
that was
in it.
see that
best thing.
the flamethrower, your reaction, one of my favorite moments of the whole show. You just kinda,
It's-
the,
Well,
Yeah.
can I
the
like
noise is great.
another? You're like, what are our hopes for this? I might get stick saying this because it's a very like genuine thing. I always talk about, you know, on the pod. I've told you my history of failed auditions. You know, I make no qualms with the fact I want to act and I'd love to do more acting.
Yeah.
And it's always just talk about like, you know, some of the horrendous auditions I've done.
Yeah.
But I would love through this to like do more acting because like we do a lot of different things in
There's
it,
a lot of different stuff.
you know.
in it.
So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's something
you're
I would like
like-
to do. Out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I sort of feel like with it generally that while we all had our kind of input across all the different areas of it, that like in front of the camera is like there's a wee bit more you there, and then Niall's definitely across the visual side of it, and then I was kind of doing the sort of businessy side, and then having a wee bit in front. And
The fuck
and
you on about?
You're a wee dick. I'm just meaning like we're all like we're all in different. Like I'm trying to say that I think like acting wise, your range in it is really great.
Thank
Oh,
you.
but I would say you're very like I wouldn't.
Do you know what sketch I think you're best in? And it's a real like. You probably wouldn't go if I asked you what do you think you're best in? Cigarettes in a shop.
Mental, because I think I think the
I think it's
the,
just
I
brilliant
love
natural.
the one in the woods. I think that's my favorite me in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say. 'cause
My
it's-
favorite me in it is car wash.
Yeah.
My favorite me in it.
My favorite me in it. That was quite good actually.
Welcome to our new feature. My favorite me in it.
That's so weird.
Me with me.
The what do you think is the best sketch show before, like over all the years that you've ever seen, like in TV? Like what one like
See,
inspired
Can't
you?
just have one. Fast
The-
show.
Like,
the two that I love the most are, and one's really old, the two Ronnies, I love it. And,
oh wow,
and,
yeah, that's old school.
and Mitchell and Webb, I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't see loads of that.
I love that.
Fast show for me.
yeah.
Um,
Key and Pale.
Do you know, I haven't watched
I've
the
only
ton
seen
of that.
bits. I
Really?
love the bits
Yeah.
I've seen, but
I would have
Oh,
watched.
man.
I've seen more of the Chappelle show.
Yeah, well that's
Chappelle
great
show.
too.
Yeah,
That's great
Chappelle
too.
show.
the American stuff though sometimes it's some of their stuff I feel is super American, so
Yeah,
it
can
doesn't
be.
land for me sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
like. But the good thing I always think about in American stuff, like Family Guy and stuff, is like,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes when a joke, like a sketchy type joke, doesn't land for you here because maybe you don't know what the point of reference is, you're on to the next one straight away.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? And
yeah,
there's
yeah.
like allowance for that. I think sometimes with stuff here, there's loads of talk of like, are people going to get this? And then sometimes something really funny gets taken away from you because you're trying to guess that somebody in England might not understand a word that you've said here, and they usually do.
Sorry, I'm ovulating.
Because I found out whenever we were making the B Team, the sitcom I wrote,
Yeah.
like it's so far away from what my sort of vision for that was, and like really far away from it, and a lot of the jokes got changed into like somebody in England might not get that, and I was like, right, but then when we did the read of that script before I had made some of those changes, the people who were from England in the room did get it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it's all in the
Yeah.
tone and
Yeah.
the vibe, like,
Yeah,
you know.
all you have to do is look at Dairy Girls and be
Exactly,
like, you know,
yeah.
there obviously is.
Or you
there-
go
there-
see an American stand-up, you don't get every reference, but you know it's funny. You're just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I get.
And
what
like,
you're- I don't know what that shop you're talking about is, but I can
yeah,
connect the dots.
Yeah, whereas like, I found with that sort of thing, and it was something where it's probably the furthest away from what my script was, if you know what I mean, just in
Yeah.
terms of, that's not to disparage it, it's just, that's a fact of how it went, but it was like, that experience is so different from this, where it's like, this is exactly,
But
this is even more than I thought it was going to be. Do you know what I mean?
On the other hand, if people don't like this, it's only on us because
Yeah.
this
That's true.
is every decision basically was ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
is our vision for it.
I would say like
Yeah.
the only stuff that wasn't 100% us three just going, this is it, is like the order of the sketches,
Yeah.
pretty much, because they were so hands off, which was actually like,
Yeah.
it was class for us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you get the fruits of the rewards if
Yeah.
it does well then too.
Yeah.
The one I forgot to mention that other one, Netflix, I Think You Should Leave. Is that the name of the sketch?
Yeah,
Oh man, it's great.
Do you know what's funny about that? I've seen
It's great.
sketch. I think I watched maybe the first load of episodes.
Yeah.
Loved it. I think
Yeah.
it's phenomenal.
It's
I never
class.
revisited it though.
Is that Australian guy? No.
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robinson?
is
Who am
something-
I
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
of? What was that one? The Australian guy?
Chris Lilly? Yeah,
No.
Yeah, it
No.
is Summer Heights High and
No, it's definitely a different name. The guy you like.
yeah, Chris. He's called Chris Lilly.
It's not.
He does Mr. G and he does
No, it's definitely somebody else. There's another Australian guy who did sketches that you liked. He did a thing at the same time we did Thick-Ass. He did a really strange offbeat short. You know who I'm talking about?
Sam Campbell.
Sam Campbell, mate. I never remember names, so that's weird.
The Tim Robinson thing.
Mm.
I loved that. Never revisited it, whatever, just forgot to watch it
Yeah.
again or something. And when we first started talking about this, me and Niall were chatting about, you know, what way should a title sequence look and all
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And I was like, it should be like, what about like in sort of 70s type font, and started describing all these colours and the scheme and all. And he thought I was joking. And he's like, yeah, very funny. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, that's exactly what I think you should leave. And then sent me it, and it's exactly what I had
Oh, that's
described.
mental.
So
Yeah.
thank God he'd seen it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have put it out, and people would have been like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, you're just doing a cheap rip-off.
You should actually leave.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't. Yeah, well, guys,
Oh,
congratulations.
can I say I also like that it's going out once a week on iPlayer.
10-minute chunks once a week iPlayer, and then
That's
when
not necessarily true.
Isn't it?
isn't it?
No, it goes out on the 5th, the 8th, and the 13th.
Oh.
So there's three in a space of it's 8 days.
Oh, right. Okay.
So Thursday just gone will
Yeah.
be the first one. Friday
Tour out now.
Tour out now on iPlayer. It's out tonight on BBC One NI.
if you're watching this on the
10:40.
day it came out,
If you're watching this on the Monday and
Gotcha.
Do you know what?
Monday the 9th.
watch it both ways.
And
It's
then,
interesting to watch
and
it
then
both ways.
iPlayer. Plus,
Yeah.
there's different stuff. There's different closing credits on all those iPlayer
Closing
ones.
credits.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Yeah,
And
A lot
sorry,
of
the
fun.
last one's out on the 13th. Yep.
Closing credits, a lot of fun.
a lot of stuff to watch out for.
Credits were a lot of crack. That was actually a fun. That was the last thing we shot as well.
Yeah.
So I was
You got
kinda,
clearance on a good few different music tracks. Was that a Bollick?
That's this guy.
Yeah.
Having his balls ached, and Niall to be fair as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not like there's a whole thing with music where like they have a big
Yeah.
library.
Yeah.
And you need to. Do you know what it mostly is? All the paperwork is like setting up accounts on all these different systems they have for different
Gotcha.
bits, and then just emailing people who are like hounding you for. I need this form. I need that form. Yep.
Here.
The amount of
I don't know what he's
Can I
talking
just
about.
throw this out there? The
Yeah.
amount of forms that start off with production company name. I'm like, I did it again. Why have I?
You need to stop that.
I know,
Yeah.
and then it's like the amount of times you have to put in the same information during that process is fucking.
It's not why you get into comedy.
It's not. Do you know what? It's not funny, Aaron.
yeah,
It's not funny.
but it has to be done.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because if you don't do it, they won't.
don't do
I mean,
right?
it literally is a case where they'll go. There's certain bits of it you need to sort of have done, but there's bits of it where it's like we won't put the show on if this isn't finished.
That's business first, comedy second.
Oh
Yeah, that's
mate,
the
that
industry,
here
isn't it?
that's me now. That's
That's-
business twank. There's no
Oh
fucking.
no, no.
Well-
We need fun twank back.
I know, yeah.
We need
I was
jolly,
trying to
jolly
to
twank.
be jolly and fun by wearing my pudding jumper, which none of you have commented on, by the way.
I
No,
just
we
want you make a lovely pudding.
Thank you.
I'd
Thank
eat.
you.
I'd eat.
So yeah. Any other final comments you want to say before we wrap it up and
We would
to
just
the crowd?
like we know like people who like this pod and No Blasters and local comedy fans will support it.
Yep.
But the more people, when you see clips, share it out,
Yeah.
leave a comment,
Email
whatever.
the BBC.
I hear that.
Tell me you like it.
Yeah.
Tell me you want to see more.
You
know what I
tell
mean?
them.
I am telling you what I mean. Tell them you like seeing different faces on
Shout it from the
television.
rooftops.
You like to see new talent getting showcased at the BBC finally. That's what it's all about. I do think we're in a transitional moment at the minute
So, yeah.
with television and BBC and all these players coming in with the comedy and stuff like that. And I think in the next year or two, a bit of the landscape will change and we'll see more faces hitting television.
More
Like, it's a good
faces opening up shows.
thing. Well,
That is
look,
my favourite. I hadn't noticed that until you pointed that out to me. Like
Yeah.
that was something you enjoyed, and I can't stop thinking
Now you
about
can't
it.
stop. Now you're like, fuck's sake, why we put him at the top of it. But yeah, congratulations, guys. Very proud of you. Very happy for both of you. Very great to be a part
Hey.
of it as well.
It's a big collaborative thing.
It is.
It is. Takes everybody. Thanks for everything you've ever done for me. And
If people don't know, and we have this running joke,
Yeah.
it literally was a running moment.
Yeah.
You know about it?
No.
When I brought him out at Tea With Me live at the
SSE.
SSE, I was about to announce him on the stage,
All right.
and he meant to go like just be really fucking sincere, and he was like wanting to be like, here, thanks for everything, you know, and he didn't have enough time to properly do it, and he was being called on the stage, so he tried to cram this like beautiful, genuine,
Paragraph.
heartfelt speech into 3 seconds, and he literally just, as he was being brought on, he just went, thanks for everything you've ever done for me, and just ran on the stage. He ran on the stage. Thanks for everything you've ever done for me. Gone.
Tearing me out.
Unbelievable.
We Sinead O'Connor, just a wee single here. But yeah, we want people to watch it.
Yeah.
We want people to support it.
Enjoy
If you
it.
like it, thank you. If you don't, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't see on Reddit.
Yeah. Oh, here they'll be chatting about
I
it.
remember when Jimmy Cricket used to do.
Aye. Sure, they're not even funny.
Ah, Jimmy, now he was good.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know Frank Carson? Why is he
yeah.
not on BBC anymore?
Roy Walker, bring it back again. We love Roy Walker.
Fucking
to be
I
fair.
know, to be fair,
Roy,
yeah.
Roy is great.
But we look. Some people like it. Some people won't like it. Hey, that's life.
You can't please everybody.
That's life.
Different audiences.
Hey.
Made for the people.
You can't please all the people all the time.
That's it. You can only do your best.
Life's a roller coaster.
You
Just
Do
gotta ride
your
it.
best, and your best can do no
You
more.
know what I mean? What's not for you won't pass you by.
Only the horses.
What's not
Can
for you
save
won't
me
go
tonight.
past you.
That's what I was looking for. Nearly got
Only
there.
the horses can bring me back home. That's what it is.
That's it. Only.
You ever heard that?
Don't
Only
eat
the
yellow.
horses can bring me back home.
No.
No.
Don't eat yellow snow.
Scissor Sisters.
That one. Oh, that's Laura. Oh, we need to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for watching this week's
Someone
episode of
finish
Tea
it.
With Me. Check out Chancers, BBC Northern Ireland, all over iPlayer, all
iPlayer.
over your TV schedule. Enjoy. Have a great one.
Let's get ready for tea with me.